Income from house property means what? Like they will give you fair value, municipal value, standard value, actual value. They will not give you your gross annual value. So next will be rent of similar property in the same locality is 2 lakh. Same locality means fair rent. From gross annual value, you have to minus your municipal tax. You will get net annual value. Very simple. So these are the logics we have. We will apply the same logic what I explained you. The same thing we are going to apply. Hello everyone, this is your Adarsh sir, lecturing Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. So we are in the session 1 of your topic called Tax Management 1. Under Tax Management 1, we are doing your 5th sem like income from house property. Now, under income from house property, what we are going to learn and what is this income from house property? In the first session of your taxation, I explained you we have 5 heads. Now, so what are those 5 heads? Very simple. Those 5 heads are nothing but income from salary, income from house property, income from capital gain, income from other source, as well as your income from business or profession. These are the 5 heads we have. So this is your second head of income under income from your house property. Now in your income tax we call it as direct tax. So these are comes under direct tax, as well as income from house property comes under second head of your income tax. Now, so what will be your agenda for the day? Now, the agenda is very simple. Concepts, how to calculate, as well as format. Along with format, we are adding one more thing. We will do one simple example problem. Now, format, you will understand only the structure, but how to implement what we discussed, that you will understand better if we do one simple problem. Now, income from house property. Now, income from house property means what? Like, I'll give you simple example. There are 2 types of house property. One will be self-occupied and which is let out. Again, I'll repeat. We have 2 types of houses like self-occupied and let out. Now, I have constructed or I have bought a house and me and my family are there. That is called self-occupied. I bought and I am staying there. Now, so we are not going to pay any tax for that. Now, one more is there, that is called let out property. Maybe I have bought 2 houses. One house I am only staying and one more house I have given for rent. That rent which you collect, on that you are supposed to pay tax. That is called income from house property. Hope you are clear. Whatever rent you are collecting for all your 12 months, all put together, we consider as income from house property. While calculating your income from house property, some deductions are there, some calculations are there. We have to consider like what is your fair value, standard rent, what is your municipal value, what is actual rent received. All the calculation we need to understand and we need to present in a normal or specified format. Now, in this we get 2 concepts like vacant land and unrealized rent. What is that? Vacant land, unrealized rent. What do you mean by vacant land? Very simple. Now, our vacant property. Now, vacant period also we call it as. Now, total we have 12 months in a year. For example, you have constructed a house in the month of March. March 31st you have done with your construction. April 1st. April month there is no tenant. May, no tenant. June, no. July, no. August, no. September 1st, tenant came. Now, 5 months, was there any tenant? No. Up to 5 months, we call it as vacant period. Now, out of 12, we have to minus 5. means you have only 7 months which are occupied, which are you have collected rent. So you are supposed to pay tax only for those 7 months which you have collected. Any doubt? No doubt. Now, unrealized rent. What do you mean by unrealized rent? I'll give you a best example. Due to COVID, in the month of March, April, May, 90% of the people who are working, they did not get this salary. Now, without salary, can they pay rent? The answer is no. In this, they were not paid rent. They promised that these 3 months we are not supposed to pay, or we cannot pay rent. We will pay later. These 3 months, whatever they have not paid, we call it as unrealized rent. Clear? Because vacant period, unrealized rent. These things repeatedly you will listen or you will read in all the question paper. That's why these two I explained you now itself. Vacant period means the tenant, they are not there, or else they were there that time and permanently they have left, and they left, the house is vacant. Now, unrealized rent means, so tenant was there but they are not paid the rent. That is called unrealized rent. For example, the tenant, he was staying there, but in the month of October, due to Deepavali or something, he went 1 month on leave. That 1 month, can we call it as vacant? Answer is no. Temporarily, if the person is out, so we don't call it as that is vacant. Permanently he left means we call it as vacant. Clear? Yes. So this is all about your income from house property. Now we'll go to actual meaning or definition. Now in this, the income arising out of house property either in the form of rental income or in the transfer of referred to as, like, there are two types of income from house property. Like, one will be you have given for rent. Every month you are collecting rent. That is income from house property. One more is house itself you will transfer to somebody. Like, I have a house, I am transferring to XYZ. You are selling to XYZ. That is not income from house property. That we call it as income from capital gain. Hope you understood what is that? Income from capital gain. So remember that income from capital gain, that we call it as. Now, so this is called income from house property, and whatever transfer you make, that is called income from capital gain. Next, so we are not talking about capital gain here. We are discussing only income from house property. Now, such as house, building, office, warehouse is treated as house property under the Income Tax Act. House property means it is not only building the family is residing. No. The answer is even the house building, office building, warehouse are treated as house property. Like, you have a house or you have a building in commercial space. Now, that commercial space you have given for rent. Let them do office, school, whatever it may be. For you, what you will get? You will get rent. That is called income from house property. Now, you have a big godown or warehouse. So, you have given for rent. You are not doing business. You have given for rent. So, whatever rent you collected from that warehouse, we call it as income from house property. Clear? Yes. So, this is all about your income from house property. Now, the income from house property is one of the 5 heads of income. As I told you, you have 5 heads of income. Out of 5, the second heads of income is called as income from house property. It is not that it should be in the order like second only, but out of 5, the one among the 5 is called income from house property. Now, so if you want to calculate your gross total income, like whatever salary I'll get from Vidyashram, that is not only my income. Along with that, I may get rent from the house. I may get income from the tuition. Everything clubbed together. Later, you should calculate what is your income. On that, you should calculate your tax. Clear? Yes. Now, we are done with what is your income from house property. Now, we are going for how to calculate your income from house property. In this, you will understand my 10% of calculation. Later, I'll show you the original format. So, in that, you will understand almost 70 to 80%. Now, we will understand any house property of the assessee which is given on rent to tenant even for a few months is to be considered. Like you have given for rent complete 12 months, that is let out property. If you are given for rent only for 5 months, that is also let out property. It is not compulsory that you should give it for all 12 months. If you are given for 1 month also, we can call it as income from house property. Now, here are the steps to calculate income from let out house property. How to calculate? Now, in this, you have step 1, 2 as well as step 3. Now, calculate the annual rental amount. For this, we have a logic. I'll make you understand in the next slide what is that logic. Now, second one, deduct municipal tax. Once you got the answer, your annual value, you are supposed to minus the municipal tax. Minus that municipal tax over. Then, from net annual value, deduct standard deduction at 30%. You may think that, so will they give in the question paper 30%? Answer is no. So, you need to remember, it is always, if you do income from house property, maybe 100 problems also, all the 100 problems, you should take 30% as a standard deduction. It is common for all house property problems. Now, along with that, if you have taken any housing loan, whatever interest you are paying, you are supposed to deduct. Not the complete interest. I'll tell you. At the time of problem, I'll explain you how to calculate the interest part. So, this is all about your steps 1, 2 as well as you have 3 steps. Step 1, I am supposed to explain you. I'll explain you in the next slide. Determination of income from house property. Now, how do you determine the income from house property? Now, in this particular as well as your amount column, first thing is gross annual value. As I told you, you have some logic. I'll explain you now in this. Before that, from gross annual value, you have to minus your municipal tax. You will get net annual value. Very simple. Gross annual value minus municipal tax is your net annual value. From that, you have 2 deductions. One will be 30%. Another one will be whatever interest you have paid. Remember, other than these 2 things, nothing can be deducted. Like repair to your house, you are not supposed to minus. Any rent collection charges, don't minus. Any agreement happen, you are supposed to pay, don't. Remember, this is very important. Other than these 2, in the question paper, whatever may be the information, don't deduct. Only 2 things. One will be 30% of your net annual value. Second one, whatever interest paid. Only these 2 deductions you are permitted to minus from house property. To confuse you, they will give you so many adjustments like, so repair charges 5,000 and there is an agreement charges has to pay to the mother-in-law or else grandmother 5,000 and all. So don't consider anything other than these 2. Anything if you get, just ignore. Clear? Yes. So finally you will get what? Income from house property, so much of amount. Clear? Yes. Now I'll come back to your gross annual value. In your question paper, everything they will give you directly. Like your municipal tax is 5,000 minus, easy. They will give you 30%. You should only remember interest borrowed they will give you directly, take and minus. But gross annual value they will not give you direct. How do you give? I'll tell you. Now in this they will give you F, M, S, A. F, M, S, A. So what is FM? What is S? What is A? Remember, F for fair value, M for municipal value, S for standard value, A for actual value. Fair value, municipal value, standard value as well as actual value. Now, in your question paper, they will give you all four again. So please be concentrate. Why? Because every problem you are supposed to calculate this. Very important. Now, they will give you fair value, municipal value, standard value, actual value. They will not give you your gross annual value. Out of these four, you are supposed to find out which is annual value. Clear? Again, I'll repeat. They will give you all four. Out of four, you are supposed to find out which is your gross annual value. Clear? Yes. How to find out which is your gross annual value? Very simple. In this, fair value or municipal value, whichever is higher. Again, fair value or municipal value, whichever is higher. Then, whatever answer you get, you should compare with your standard rent. So, whichever is less. So, whichever is less. Now, once you got your whichever is less out of this answer and this, you have to compare whichever is high. Finally, you are supposed to compare with actual value. Whichever is higher will be your answer. Hope you understood. I'll tell you with number. Wait. Now, in this, just assume fair value you got around 10 rupee. Municipal value you got around 8 rupee. Fair value is how much? 10. Municipal value is how much? 8. Now, standard rent you got around 7. Actual you got around 9. So these are the rent you have collected. So what is the actual rent? Actual you have collected from the tenant. We call it as actual rent. You have collected 9 rupees. Example I am taken 9 rupees. Now what is the standard value? So for that locality the standard rent can be collected. He may be collected 9 rupee but somebody may collect 15 rupee. So that is the standard collection. What is the municipal value? As per municipal locality or municipal office, they fix some prices for that. That is the municipal value. Fair means in that particular locality, what will be the fair price, fair rent. So that is called fair rent. So in the question paper, they have given you all the information out of this. Now, 10 rupee or 8, whichever is what? Higher. 10 or 8, which is higher? 10 rupee. Very good. Your answer is what? 10. Now, out of your answer is what? 10. 10 or your standard is 7. Whichever is less. 10 is less or 7 is less? 7. So your answer is what? 7. From 7, you compare your actual is 9. 7 is more or 9 is more? Yes, the answer is 9. Easy or very easy. Just remember this, so it is done. Whichever is higher, whichever is less, whichever is higher. High, less, high. That is done. Here, FM, compare with S, compare with A. It is over. Yes, so this is all about your calculation. Clear? Very simple. So, FM, you have compared with S, and finally you have compared with actual. Clear? Yes. Now we'll go to first question. So it is an example problem, so not your examination problem. I have given little simple format. Now Mr. A is the owner of the house property in Delhi. Constructed the house property was completed on 30th November. The property consists of 4 units. Actual rent received for each 48,000. Now what is a 48,000 multiplied into 4. How many buildings we have? 4. 48 into 4, you will get 1,94,000. Now, so we'll go for our logic like F, M, S, A. FM is 1, S is 1 and A is 1. Now, in this, whichever is high. Again, whichever is low. Again, whichever is high. So these are the logics we have. We will apply the same logic what I explained you. The same thing we are going to apply here. Now, so as per this actual rent we collected 1,96,000, 94,000. Next, for the each 48, standard rent is around 2,20,000. Standard is 2,20,000. Next, municipal valuation of the property is around 1,65,000. Next, so next will be rent of similar property in the same locality is 2 lakh. Same locality means fair rent. So it will be 2 lakh. Now, whichever is higher. So 2 lakh is high. Compare this. Whichever is less. Again 2 lakh is less. Compare. 2 lakh or 1,94,000. Whichever is high. 2 lakh. Hope you understood. How much you got? You got 2 lakh. Any doubt? Whichever is high, whichever is less, again whichever is high we did. We compared each other. Finally we got, what is the answer? 2 lakh. Net annual value is 2 lakh. And finally they have given municipal tax paid is 35,000. Now, gross annual value 2 lakh. Your municipal tax 35,000. Final answer 1,65,000. How come you got this 2 lakh? This is working note. How come you got 2 lakh? That is working note. Now, as per this, always remember the heading must be computation of annual value. They have not asked you to prepare computation of house property income. They have asked you only annual value. So we have done this minus your municipal tax, your annual value. If they have asked compute income from house property, still what you are supposed to do? Less 30% of annual value or gross or net annual value. So how much you have? Like you have 1,65,000 into 30%. How much you will get? It is around 32, 33, around 49,500. Approximate I have taken 49,500. If you minus, you will get 1,15,500. This is your answer. Any doubt out of this? Any doubt? No doubt. So this is all about your calculation. Easy or very easy? Very easy. Now, so this is all about your calculation. You got 1,15,000. This is income from house property. But they have not asked to compute income from house property. They have asked you up to annual value. But in your examination, 100% they will ask you up to house property. Now, so these are the working notes. So 2 lakh is your answer. We have done in this format. Whichever format you want, you can consider. So I'll go back to all these slides so that you can take a screenshot. So this is your agenda. So income from house property. This will be how to calculate your income from house property. And this will be determination of income from house property. This is your problem number 1. The solution for problem 1 and note to the problem 1. So this is all about your today's session. Hope you understood whatever I have done today. So in the next session, we will go with all your examination problems so that you will understand better. Thank you.